Yeah, it was one of those days where I woke up at noon, so not the best. But I get to the shop and we didn't have anything to do today since all the cars are working. Dude, what are you doing?
Putting a Tuya in your Skyline.
And that would probably be the answer to all our problems, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So we're getting rid of the RV.
This was our conversation late last night. I get here, neck minute. It's a tired day. Matt actually came over and he is ceramic coating the S15 so we can stop getting fingerprints all over it.
Hey, it's a hard car to watch. Now it's gonna be nice.
Dude, we need to start a thing, war on fingerprints.
Honestly, I can't handle that.
Alright, but I'm finishing up the stickers. You look over on this side, got some window stickers made that go with the flow. Look really nice with that vinyl. I'm just doing the BC Ford stickers on the side. Got to show love to the people that show love to me. And yeah, the only thing that S13 is really missing to finish off the look is just a nice windshield banner. So I'm gonna use some of the extra vinyl I have laying around and do up a cool little banner on this. I'll set up a time lapse so you can kind of see the process in action of what it takes to just make a cool little window banner. Came out pretty okay. We started off using the wrong vinyl, using like traditional sticker vinyl, and it was giving me a nightmare with bubbles. And the wrap vinyl was literally first go, so that was nice. I always have a hard time with the edges. I get scared with the razor blade, but we're gonna make this a little bit bigger. I was just gonna roll with it, but there's actually a little piece of something that was stuck underneath the sticker that we didn't see when I peeled it off. So I can't take it off because the cream isn't wrap vinyl, and when I peel it off, it's gonna get stretched and deformed and it's not gonna look right. So anyway though, that's kind of the idea behind this, just something a little subtle. Just hopefully make it pop. I think it looks kind of cool. So quick step outside of the shop to give a massive thank you from one of my the longest outstanding sponsors of the channel, Movement Watches. So if you notice this one, a little bit different than the usual style I go with. Thought it looked cool and it kind of looked almost a little bit like carbon fiber even though it's metal. So I was hyped to try a new watch and they're always kind enough to send me out whatever I like, so it's much appreciated. If you aren't familiar with Movement Watches, they're a company that makes really stylish watches, sunglasses, other accessories, and they're all kind of like very clean and simple and stylish, nothing too over the top, which kind of fits the type of stuff that I'm into, which is why I love working with them. I just really like supporting them because I kind of resonate with the fact that, you know, the brand was started by 2 college kids. They kickstarted Movement Watches, and now it's a huge company that has sold almost 2 million watches in over 160 different countries. So I have a code that they give me to give to you guys that will save you 15% off. All you have to do is go to movement.com/LZ, and you'll also get free shipping and free returns with that code. Movement is constantly launching new styles on their site, so I definitely recommend checking it out and looking what they currently have. All you gotta do is go to movement.com/LZ to join the movement. And I wanna give a massive thank you to them for sponsoring this video. It is greatly appreciated and it helps me do all the awesome stuff and build all the awesome cars that I do. You wanna start off with that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well no, I got you. It's been a minute since we've hung out with the legend himself, John. Can you say it just once?
I'm only gonna say it once.
You gotta speak loud, my car's obnoxious.
This is the last time I'm ever saying this on camera. Okay?
Loud, do it loud for me. Like it's the top of your lungs.
I'm not gonna give a full character, but I'll say it loud. Sticks in the water, let me go save him.
So John had a little drifting incident the other night. Do you wanna, we won't talk about it.
No, we can.
Okay.
I mean, I hit a tree going like 40 miles an hour trying to drift this corner. And it was a Ford Escape, so we're gonna see if this does a little better.
He wasn't drifting on purpose, his car just kind of like got out of control. And I was like, John, you've never ridden in any of the cars. So I thought this would be a good one. It's just loud. What'd you think, John?
Crazy. Definitely better than a go-kart. Way better.
We were comparing the Porsche to this, and I was explaining how this is faster, but this kind of feels like that sketchy go-kart place off the side of that sketchy highway, where the Porsche is like a brand new electric go-kart at one of those like indoor legit facilities. They're both quick and they're both fun, but this one's way more fun because it's sketchy.
Dude, this one is crazy.
It's a dialed sketchy though. Matt's been out here doing a quick clay bar on the S13 since it's never really been touched since it got all the fresh paint and stuff.
We'll coat it next week.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that paint.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. But now it's just all coated now. All nice and pretty. It's a wrap, and it coated. It looks really good. I was contemplating how it's going to look, so I was stoked on it. It looks really good. Now the wheels are all coated as well.
Not just those wheels.
Huh?
Showman's been over here putting on a coating clinic.
Yeah, honestly.
It was great practice.
Coated all these wheels, so now it's easy to clean. And then Skyline's ready to go for the giveaway winner.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's something I haven't talked about at all. Totally slipped my mind. I know there's people that watch YouTube videos that don't follow me on Instagram, and I apologize because you're probably like, Adam never announced the winner. I announced the winner on Instagram, but not on YouTube. You guys will get to meet him, I think this weekend. He's coming into town this weekend, and he's gonna drive the Skyline for the first time, and then I'll no longer have it. So anyway, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But now we'll go over to Alberto. We'll touch base with everything that's going on with the RB. If you guys remember what we were talking about with that timing gear wiggling back and forth on the crankshaft, after Alberto finally got the damper off, you can actually see this is what I meant by the timing moving around. Now it doesn't look like it's that much, but that's a pretty significant little amount of wiggle room that was significantly affecting timing and how the car was running, and probably resulting in the weird misfires and all the stuff that was going on. If I was on pump gas, I might have lost this engine, or obviously if that timing gear spun, I might have lost this engine. But E85 is really, really tolerant to pretty much whatever timing you throw at it, so that was very good. Another thing too, on this damper, if you look, you can see the keyway, or the Woodruff key I should say, actually got stuck in it.
Well, that pulley was the hardest thing ever to get out. Why? Because the crankshaft Woodruff key was indeed broken. So it was wedged between the crankshaft and the piece, which is already low tolerance. I have this tool that is what you use to get them out. I had to push so much torque on it, and I literally stripped it. So you can see here that it's all stripped, and it wouldn't let me like use it anymore.
So how'd you get off hammer once you pulled the pan off?
Yeah, so I took the oil pan off, and then once I did that, it gave me enough room over here to then just like tap it with a chisel, so bam, rotate, bam, and then eventually it came off. I was like, yes. Good thing.
Check out this new pan that we got, by the way. Keeping the floors clean.
For the most part. Look at the extent of the damage. Let me give you some light there. Look at that. Like the Woodruff key came off from the slot and wedged here and did that. That's why it wasn't coming off, because it made this indentation so that it wouldn't let the pulley come off. Now also look at this.
So how much timing do you think that is right there?
I don't know.
I mean, we could technically, like, if we wanted
like 5-6 degrees.
Oh, so it's not as much as we thought then.
No.
But still, that's enough. Yeah.
The problem is that keeps doing that and it's just gonna snap.
Yeah.
So, like I said, good thing we caught it in time and it didn't cause further damage.
So, now the process is pretty much to take the block to the machine shop. What's the machine shop we use? Orlando Machine and Speed, is it called? Central Florida Machine and Speed. I normally use CW Pence, but I went over to them for this RB because we were essentially building the same exact setup as Kevin Lawrence. And they built Kevin's RB that we basically wanted to copy. So Rob over there has been really helpful with us, and we're basically gonna bring him the block, the rotating assembly with a different crankshaft, the one that came out of the RB25 that was in the R33 that we got, to just make sure, what's it called? The process of making...
What?
Basically taking the crankshaft and clearancing the bearings and making everything.
Oh, well, we already have the engine clearance for this crankshaft. We need to get the block bearings and new crankshaft to them so they can measure so we need standard bearings or whatever we need through them, and then we also should do new rings.
Yeah.
Get rid of the blow-by issue.
Maybe a little bit tighter.
Yeah. Oh, and we need them to install a crankshaft collar for the...
Oh, for the new crankshaft.
Yeah.
Did we get a new one? I think we got a second one.
Over there.
Yeah, so anyway, this car will still probably be down for a bit. We're not in a crazy rush with it, but it's nice now at least knowing that the block is out and then this thing is in the process of being fixed. So it's not just one of those projects that's just sitting around. But the good thing is no real detonation on any of the cylinder walls. Even the like actual marks from the honing are still there. So it looks like everything's in pretty good shape. Did we look at those? You know how the block had those cracks? I wonder if we should see if they've spread at all.
It's like this one like goes to both sides right there.
I mean, I don't think it's much different than it was though, is it?
I clean the top of the pistons off too, so I can like mark them and they look pretty good. Like actually Sharpie each one, also the direction of the way it goes installed, because if you put it this way then you're gonna have issues, so it has to be this way.
Smart. So, there's that. I'd really like I don't want to complicate things too much because I want to get this thing back together fast, but like I think it starts escalating in my head like, oh, it'd be really cool to do an RB30 block. And then I'm like, nah, because then I got to get a whole new rotating assembly and it just complicates things and this car doesn't need it. And then I'm like, oh, well, it'd be really nice to get 2 new manifolds because I'd really love to do the ITB conversion on this. But then I'm like,
you should do is get a Skyline manifold.
I know. But the problem is I would want probably a Doc Race one, and their lead time is like usually quite a bit. So I don't want to wait. I doubt anyone has one in stock because I really want a setup, since this turbo is single scroll, it's not twin scroll, with just one wastegate, because having both wastegates just causes a lot of issues with heat management and lines. And
look at the difference. You look at how much this one is colored compared to the front one.
Yeah, it gets really hot back there. And also, if I got a different one, it would probably sound a little bit smoother like the R33. Because with the Skyline manifold, it kind of, I think the runners are actually a little closer to equal length than on this, which kind of has like a weird twist and bend. Because I think this is more meant to like fit in an S chassis. Side note, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you. I might have said it in a video or not. But this exhaust manifold and this intake manifold are actually Officer Dan's old manifolds off his RB setup that he had in his car. So it's like Whiskey Garage is in my engine. He didn't have the best luck with RBs, so he moved on. But how did my clutch look? Did my clutch look okay? Did you look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't took them all individually, but it looked okay.
Yeah.
That was also not burned.
I mean, I didn't really abuse this car that much, but we could always replace the disc since it's a twin disc and just try to be preventative, but I don't even think that's necessary. The good thing is though, the engine looks really clean, and she's in the process of getting all good now.